What's poppin', Meta Gang? It is Mark with MetaGifts LLC, here to share ideas and raise the collective vibration. Let's get right to it. We got a really good video today, really important topic. I don't even want to show you guys what my camera is sitting on. I'm waiting for a new tripod and lights to come in the mail, so just know I finessed from start to finish to bring this video to you. So thank you for clicking on the video first off. What I want to talk about today: everyone is psychic. I'm psychic, you are psychic, your mom is psychic, your dad is psychic, all your friends are psychic. Everybody in the world is psychic, even your dog and your cat are, but to a lesser degree. So, psyche, everyone is psychic. And depending on the beliefs and the programs you carry in your life, I feel like most people have had a similar experience where a person might tell you that they're psychic, and then you instantly create this sense of like disbelief, or like, who the fuck is this guy? Who is this lady? Like, sure, yeah, you're psychic. You're probably just having fun in your head. You're delusional. That's what you are. Ain't no such thing as psychic. But what I need you to understand is that psychic, coming from psyche, just means mind. Psychic powers are powers of the mind. Ooh, you feel that? Yeah, that's right. That makes sense. Okay, so your psychic gifts lie innately in your mind. And to add more detail to this, when I'm talking about psychic senses, psychic gifts, psychic perception, we're talking about extrasensory perception, ESP. Receiving information outside of your five senses. What most of you guys don't know, because they don't teach you this in school, is that there's really 7 senses. There's not 5 senses. You've been taught you can see, you can hear, you can smell, you can taste, and you can touch things outside of yourself. True, you're right. Not wrong, correct. Okay, but this is where this shit gets tricky, okay? Hear me out. So, while you can experience all these things in your 3D body outside of yourself, these are the senses for the outside. What a lot of you guys don't realize is there's a whole universe on the inside of your body. You have the physical shell that kind of holds your spirit temporarily while you're going throughout the day, but you're connected to the whole universe inside your space. It's so crazy. A lot of you guys kind of get what I'm saying. You watch me and you go out and get your own info. You don't need to learn from me. Go out and get your own info and see what resonates with you. But there is a whole universe inside of your body. Your connection to the world at large is within you. So there's lifetimes of information and light and BS and XYZ in the matrix where we live in this world, Earth, whatever you want to call it, 3D. So you can always stay busy with your 5 senses, learning and touching stuff and smelling on stuff, and you were reading books and watching movies and touching things, and yeah, that's cool. But your most important 2 senses are your 6th and 7th sense. So what are the 6th and 7th sense? The 6th, not necessarily in this order, but sense 6 would be your thought, and 7 would be feeling. And when I'm talking about feeling here, I'm talking about feelings inside of your body, not what stuff externally feels like. That's one of your 5 senses. That's your bodily sense. And this is a sense. Thoughts and feelings are senses of the other bodies, your internal bodies, or your astral bodies, your mental bodies, your emotional bodies, the bodies of your aura, the bodies of your spirit, not limited to the physical body, the densest level of your existence. We're on the lowest level right now, guys. I hope you understand that. As 3D beings, it almost doesn't get denser than this. We got a long way up, but it's cool. We're going to get there. So, I don't have to explain to you guys how to think and feel, because you've been doing that forever. That's how we roll. you get it. But what is important is to understand that your thoughts and your feelings have to do with the left and the right brain hemispheres. There are two sides of your brain, and they have two different functions. And you've probably heard of this before in terms of like left or right brain dominance. If you're left or right-handed, you're going to be dominant in the opposite side. But what you need to understand is that by being dominant in whatever side, you still use both sides of your brain. Whoever thought of you only use 10% of your brain was fucking tripping, man, because we use all of our brain all the time. There's levels to it, and it's like you don't really understand your true potential, so you can always push yourself forward, and then you realize, man, how much of this have I not been using? So that's real. But keep in mind, you use both sides of your brain. Now, what do the sides of the brain do? The left side of your brain is the logical side of your brain. This is the analytical side of your brain. This is the side of the brain that focuses on details and things making sense, things being rational, things in congruence leading up to each other, things being in agreement, and things being squared off and logically structured. That's good. We need that. That's important. And the right side of your brain is the intuitive side of your brain. We want to say the left side as a logical side is more of a masculine and pushing out energy. The right side is intuitive, it's feminine, and it's receptive. So the feminine side of the brain, the right side of the brain, is all about intuition. It's not about rationality. It's not about things making sense logically. It's about feeling and vibration, energy, and information coming in a more subtle way. And the really cool thing about the right brain is that you receive information through your brain through the right side first. So you get the most raw, unfiltered, and real information from the right side of your brain through the emotional and intuitive side of your mind. And that is so important. And it's like, I could try to break down 100 different examples for you guys to how to understand this, but it's like, if you've ever gotten a vibe from something that you thought something was going to happen and then it did, that's what this is. This is ESP. This is using your psychic sense to get information. If you thought someone was lying to you and you find out that they were lying to you, they tell you the truth, they give you logic and rationality on your left brain, and they tell you all these things that you might want to hear, but something in your spirit doesn't feel right, that's your psychic gift. That is your psyche, the information coming into your right brain and not resonating with your reality, the left brain. Disconnect, cognitive dissonance in your brain, bro. That's what's happening. That is psychic ability. This happens every single day for everybody in multiple shapes and forms, but you do need to understand, if you come into using this information from a non-belief program where you think psychic gifts are not real, no one is psychic, extrasensory perception is just delusion, you're not going to experience this stuff, man. And this is really fucking deep, man. This goes into line with our programmings that we get as humans, especially at a very young age. In the first 7 years of your life, you're taking on programs like a sponge, and the people around you, namely your parents, and then I guess friends from school or whatever, and the things you watch on TV, the things your parents program you to do, that's who you become. And if you're not a strong spirit and strong-willed, you don't create new programs, and you don't destroy and unlearn and relearn. So it's really important. So if you are carrying an ancient program from your past where someone told you this isn't real, see if what I'm telling you resonates, and then maybe change your beliefs, because there's so much out here to experience. And I'm not telling you any of this to take your power. I'm telling you this so you can be more powerful, and you can have more information, and you can perceive more things that are already here. I'm not bullshitting you when I'm telling you this stuff is real. So get out of your comfort zone, get out of your negative and limiting belief, and go experience the stuff that's been around here forever. This has been here longer than I've been here. This is not new age wisdom. I've read a lot of this from old books and heard this from people who got it way long ago. This is ancient wisdom. This is stuff that we shouldn't have to really teach each other. We should just understand this to begin with. So With that being said, it's important to understand that information comes from your sixth and seventh sense. Those are your psychic senses, your thoughts and your feelings. And because we're at the lowest level of vibration, we're in the third dimension. I've said this before, there are levels to this existence shit, okay? So, a lot of us are still lost into thinking that our ideas sit in the mind. They don't fucking do that. I'm not going to dive all the way into this in this video, but study the Akashic Records. The Akashic Records is a space overlapping the physical world, etherically, esoterically, in a different dimension. Dimensions are not locations, dimensions are levels of consciousness. So once your consciousness goes up, you can access the Akashic field. In the Akashic field is where information of the past, present, and the future is stored. Your brain is meant for processing information. Your brain does not hold information. You have memory and you access it with your brain. That's real. Before you guys say, Mark, where's your science on this, dude? It's like, where's your statistics? Where's the information coming from? I could go and find statistical evidence for why I'm correct, but this is really what I'm talking about. It's like if you over-rationalize with your left brain and you try to find logic and rationality behind a lot of things, you're not going to experience real truth a lot of the time, and things aren't going to add up because there is so much information that comes through intuitively, and a lot of the logic and rationality created in our life is fucking incorrect, and that's why we're in a matrix and we got these programs to begin with. So please understand that. So the whole point of bringing up the Akashic Records is to understand that information is always available to us in the Akashic field as long as our vibration is high enough to reach it. If we're stuck at a low level of density and we're not vibrating high enough, we're not going to be receiving information from the field around us. Or we might be, but we might have shut it off due to programming and limiting beliefs. So just want you guys to understand that as you go throughout your day-to-day life and you think about things that you're working towards, or you think about relationships you have in your life with people or your goals, you're gonna receive information first in the form of feelings and vibrations, and that's gonna be through your right side of your brain, the intuitive feminine side of your brain. And this is going to resonate at a different frequency and give you information about how the nature of what you're thinking, the object, is feeling. So if you get negative vibes from the people that you think about, that you're friends with, chances are they are not on the same level of vibration and they're going to bring you down, or they might have an ulterior motive with your friendship to begin with. If you feel positive about it and you feel like you're being understood and you're feeling all these good vibrations, good job, good luck. Like, that's most definitely in your best interest, so go pursue that. And then after you process your sixth sense feelings, you will get the seventh sense ideas, and you'll receive thoughts into your mind. They'll get processed and you will receive information based on the state of being you resonate at. And this is the same reason that when you're hanging with your friends and you guys are maybe going through like a similar experience, like you might be hanging with your friends and you're just kicking it, watching memes or watching TV or something like that, and then you get hungry, and then all of a sudden you're like, let's go get Chipotle, and your friend's like, dude, I was literally just thinking about Chipotle. Not only is everybody psychic, everybody is telepathic. That is telepathy. That is sharing ideas wirelessly across space. Just because you and that other person are vibrating in the similar frequency. That's why that happens. That's real. This happens so much, and it's like, even if you're not sitting right next to your friend, I know a lot of you have had the experience where you think about a person and then your phone vibrates, and then you're like, oh my goodness, that person just hit me up. Like, wow, what? Why did that just happen? That's because you picked up the idea of that person wanting to contact you as they thought about you, and then they contacted you, and then boom, there you go. That's why you knew before it happened. Every one of you is psychic, so please do not forget that. Take this with a grain of salt, because you should be careful for anybody who just wants to give you information, because some people are going to give you bad advice. But if this resonates with you and you're experiencing this first off, hopefully this helped you. I'm not going to go too deep. I'm not going to keep going too deep in this video because I've really said what I wanted to say, but I think it's important to throw in a little bit more information, because I'm thinking that you guys might be asking, so if your thoughts and your ideas aren't stored in your mind and they're in the Akashic Records, then what the fuck? Like, everything I've known is a lie. It's like, first of all, they're not going to teach you about the Akashic Records in school because it's not a physical place. It's like a spiritual place. And this is something that exists regardless, and people tap into this every day without even noticing it or knowing about it. But this is the same reason that some of you guys... This is the same reason all my old souls watching this video understand and know about their past lives. When you die and transition to a new body, and then you come into a new body with information already, why is that? Why do you know things right off the jump? I was born into this body knowing that I had already been here before many, 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 many times. I am an ancient soul, and a lot of you are too. And I saw the programs as a child, and I didn't want anything to do with it, because I had been there and I had done that, and it didn't seem like fun to me. And I knew in my being and in my soul, sometimes if I couldn't rationalize it with my left brain, I knew intuitively I am not supposed to do the same shit I'm watching everybody else do, because I had carried memory. The thing is, when you're born into new bodies, when you die, your spirit travels and then it finds a new body, and it's so small from the jump, and then it goes bigger and bigger and bigger. You experience like an amnesia type of thing whenever you go into the new body, because your body is so small, you actually cannot carry the memory in your mind at that point. But once I got old enough to start to walk and talk and think and do things, that's when I started to realize, I'm like, dang, I am not like everybody else going through these programs. I know you, by watching this video, aren't like those people either. None of us are supposed to be doing this shit, guys. When I say this shit, I'm talking about school, and I'm not going to say you're not supposed to do religion, but it's like, if you're going to do religion, choose a religion for yourself. Don't just grab another program that the first person you met shoves down your throat. Bad, bad, bad idea. Make your beliefs based on your own experience. I'm not saying religion's bad, but make your beliefs based on your own experience. So I knew I'm not supposed to go to school and be in the program my whole life and grab a bunch of debt and then just work my fucking life away. I knew none of that was for me. That's why I'm doing the things I'm doing, because I intuitively knew through my psychic gifts what I was supposed to be doing. And now that I'm doing it, I experience so much joy and so much pleasure and so much reward. And I've never been happier in my life. Like, I literally say that with full confidence. Maybe in a past life, Who knows? I've experienced a lot of joy, but I'm at an all-time high right now, and I'm going higher and higher every single day. And that, to a large degree, is because of my psychic gifts and tuning into my psychic senses and using them on a daily basis, where I process extrasensory information to guide me throughout my day-to-day and help me decide what I'm supposed to do and what I'm not supposed to do, and who I should spend time with, who I shouldn't, what I need to do in my life, and how I need to do it. And that is just monumentally important, because everybody has access to this information. Point blank, period. I have access, you have access. Tune in, tap in, get it, because it's all out there. You have a lot of energy. Your spirit is huge, so just use your goddamn resources, man. Please. Alrighty, guys. I hope you learned something from the video. I hope you enjoyed watching this. I enjoyed making this. I'm trying to up the frequency, kind of get the videos out more and more. Maybe not just do this once a week, because it brings me joy to teach, because I have so much information, and it's not like I have the answer to everything in the world, because we all have different lives. Please understand that. But I have so much I need to share, and that's why I'm here doing this. So if you enjoyed it, thumb the fuck up, dude. Hit me. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe, because I'm going to be doing this so much. So much. Oh my goodness. And the quality is going to keep getting better, and not just of the video and the information. And yeah, we on the way up. So peace, guys.